Hey y'all, Irix Guy here, and I want to talk about why to install a drop ceiling. So this is my Irix Guy's Adventure Channel studio, and you can see the ceiling, the actual ceiling is up higher, but the drop ceiling within the studio is right here. So see, there's all the this is going to go all the way across, obviously, but there's all the extra space above the drop ceiling. So why is a drop ceiling so good? Well, number one, when you put your HVAC unit, I'm going to use a mini split HVAC, there's less square footage for the HVAC unit to have to cool. Number two, all of these tiles, and I'm not on a ladder, but you can push them just like in a fancy office. You can push them up and you can access the room above. So I've already wired everything, but say in the future, let's say I need to add, for a project I'm working on, let's say I need to have 2 or 3 HDMI cables. So what I could do is run them up the wall. I could pop out, like this is popped out. I could pop that out and I would have access between the drywall and the cinder blocks. I could drop a wire down here, and then I could run that wire across the top of the drop ceiling out of sight and bring it down over here. So for cable management, a drop ceiling provides a tremendous value add. So, you know, being in the business that I'm in, YouTube, it's important to be able to have the ability to pivot to new technologies and to be able to professionally route the associated cabling out of sight. Because you noticed in the old Irix Guy's Adventure Channel studio, I had like a little rubber cable cover. And that was a trip hazard in itself. You know, you could trip on it, then you could pull all your cables that are inside of it. With this, all of my cables will be out of sight. And now, you know, you got to make sure you got pest control, because if you don't have pest control, you could have rodents chewing your cables above your drop ceiling. You could even have a rodent chewing your drop ceiling. So proper pest control should always be paramount. But yeah, there's so many reasons to install a drop ceiling. Number one, or another value add of it, so you don't have to paint this. See, it's already got that pattern or whatever to it. So you don't have to paint it. Also, from an acoustics perspective, when I'm over here talking under this drop ceiling, and I haven't acoustically treated the walls yet with the acoustic panels, but when I'm talking underneath this drop ceiling, and then I walk over here, you can hear the change and hear me talking now. It's got more of an echo. And then when I walk over here, the drop ceiling helps to dampen that room echo. So once this studio is professionally painted, I'm painting it myself because I don't want to spend money for painters. But once it's painted and I got this green screen wall over here, and I got all my equipment in here for live streaming, and I got my professional display mounted on the wall, this is going to be first class. And again, it's not first class until you add that drop ceiling. So why should you add a drop ceiling? Well, depending upon your use case, you know, you may not be a professional YouTuber, but let's just say you're putting a room in a place that has a tall ceiling. Again, it's going to reduce the square footage, which means that you will probably have less expensive heating and cooling bills. And again, this is a decent sized space, 270 square feet, but I put in a very small HVAC system, a mini split, and I can control it with my smartphone, and I can also control it with Alexa. Also worth mentioning, drop ceilings, and they haven't been added yet, but all of this electrical wiring up here that the electrician's working on, that's going to cans. So I'm gonna have 6 cans with LED lights. So, you know, you can install can lighting in your drop ceiling, no problem. So yeah, drop ceiling has a lot of value adds. For me, again, it's reducing the I guess I shouldn't say square footage. Should I say cubic feet? The area of the room. I mean, if I was cooling from floor to that ceiling, that would be more expensive than cooling from floor to this ceiling. So, you know, there's value add. And again, so for me, the acoustics, the energy savings, the simplicity of being able to pop these up and route additional cabling if necessary. I mean, there's a lot of value adds here. So I'm stoked. I'm super stoked, and yeah, looks good. Looks good. Stay tuned, and if you have any questions, comment below. Again, this is just something I wanted to film because a lot of people are asking about drop ceilings out there. You know, they're searching Google for drop ceilings, and this is a drop ceiling. See, again, all these tiles all among these dividers, you know, you can just push them up and move them and this, that, and the other. Tell me what you think within the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe and ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Y'all have a good day.